Hi everyone. Um, it's been a while since I've had such little conviction about market direction. Um, this this triangle is just frustrating to no end. Um, I think bulls and bears alike are getting whipsawed to death. I remain kind of on the sidelines. I'm 70% committed right now, about 25% long, 75% short. It's probably more like 70-30 actually. Um, and no big positions with the exception of today I went long FXE, the euro. Again, not because I think the euro is a great buy, but just as a counterweight to my many little bitty shorts. I don't have any large short positions at all. Wish it did. Wish it was that kind of market, but it's not. It's this kind of market, which is just what can you say? Anyway, so because I have such a lack of strong views about up or down, I'm going to be a little bit lazy and do something I don't think I've ever done, which is just thumb through what I see as my core ETFs that I watch. A couple of things you could get out of this. One, there might be some things here that you haven't followed or known about before. You might want to follow these symbols too. And on some of them, I'll have a few things to say. Some I'll probably do a little more than just utter the symbol and what it is. But on some of these, I'll express some ideas. So, and hey, click an ad or two, please, because I haven't said that. It's halfway through the month. I don't think I've said that even once. So, it's like pledge time on PBS. Help a brother out. So let's get started. These will be alphabetical, obviously, because I'm just thumbing through a watch list. And like I said, a lot of these I'll just won't even say anything except what it's for. So here's BGU, the triple bullish one. There's coming up is BGZ, which is its doppelganger. That's the triple bearish. Pretty much near lifetime lows. This poor thing's gone from $700 to $31. Such is the fate of a triple instrument. Here's DBC. Now, I actually had been shorting this a week or so ago, and I got stopped out a couple of times. I'm like, oh, forget it. I thought this would actually be a pretty good short play. It's kind of a mess. In fact, thinking about today, I mean, the euro was down like over 0.5%. This was up over 0.5%. It doesn't make too much sense. I guess oil strength is what's really fueling this. Haha. But I'm not touching this one. It's kind of not behaving itself very well. Here's Ultra Dow, DDM. Nothing real interesting going on there. Here's the more straightforward one, DIA, the diamonds, one of the larger ETFs. We are in this awful, I mean, look at this. Let's change this to a candlestick and just see how completely retarded this market is. I mean, look at that. Are you supposed to trade that? Look at, it's this tight range. Every couple of days it shifts direction. What a freaking mess, What a freaking mess. DIG. This is the ultra oil and gas. Kind of surprising that it barely moved today, even though crude was strong. I like the fact that this broke this trend line. That tells me that if this re-weakens, if I can coin a phrase, it'll be particularly weak. It's kind of tipped its hand in that direction. Here's DRN, which I pretty much don't touch. This is the triple bullish on real estate. Here's Doug. If risk were no object, I actually would be buying this with both hands. I really like this chart. I'm not actually doing any ultras right now. In this whipsaw market we've got, I'm keeping risk low. I'm keeping volatility low. But it's pretty interesting. If things started to fall apart, this thing could really explode higher. I mean, even as much as 100% over a couple of month time span, I could see this going. But I ain't touching it. Here's Ultra Short Dow, DXD. Doesn't look that different than Doug. Here's the emerging markets, EEM. Very gappy because this is based on emerging markets. it's too fuzzy and too gappy for my tastes right now. This is ERX, the triple bullish on energy. Again, kind of strange, down 0.18% today in spite of a annoyingly strong day in crude oil. Here again, we see the weakness that Dig had expressed. So I will mention that, these things usually have like, a bullish version and a bearish version. If you're bearish on something, it's, I think, better to buy the bearish instrument as opposed to shorting the bullish one, because by shorting the bullish one, they'll charge you a pretty high borrow rate typically. So, little power tip for you. Here's ERY, which has, I've sort of been obsessed with this because it has the curious property of not breaking below this line. I certainly hope it never does. And again, it was a pretty strong day in equities, but this was actually up. So that's interesting. But a big old megaphone going right there. EWZ here. It's like EEM, nothing to it, not interested. FAZ, the FAZ, FAS stuff I haven't touched in a long time. It's just, no thanks. It is mildly amusing to see how far this has come. This is November 2008. Boy, what a great, if I could just live in autumn 2008 forever, what a great time. $10,000 stock, now it's $40. Isn't that amazing what a triple will do over the course of time? FXE, this is the instrument for Forex trading if you don't have a Forex account. I use this from time to time. Again, it's, this isn't a bullish chart at all, but as an insurance policy, I'm long a decent amount of this just in case. I would love to get stopped out at a loss on this, as strange as that sounds. That would make my day. Another emerging market. Boring. FXI, it's China. Here's FXP, which is the ultra short on the China 25 index, whatever that is. Don't trade it. Here's the ever important GDX. This, I don't know. This up pattern here is very short-lived. I don't know what this is going to do. We are clearly at the upper part of this range, this rather large range. This, I've said it before, tells me more about what my portfolio is doing than anything else. Usually if it wiggles up, I'm losing money. If it wiggles down, I'm making money. So I watch this constantly, but I don't think, I don't have a position in this. Precious metals are just a mystery to me right now. I'm not touching them. Here's gold, speaking of which, GLD, coming up agonizingly slowly. I suppose if you demanded I go short or long, I guess long, maybe. It's an ugly chart. It doesn't really say anything at all. And I guess today's 0.09% move kind of speaks to that uncertainty. ILF, never mind, forget it, that's Latin America. IWM, quite strong today, up 1.27%. We can see here, again, the triangle going on as we try to figure out what in the hail to do. IYR, real estate, I came today short this and covered it at a small profit, and I'm kind of glad I did. I just really didn't like the action this morning and thought it was time to cover the handful of big ETFs that I did have short, but that's real estate. Transports, this one's very thinly traded. I don't tend to touch this, but this is IYT, if you're ever interested in the wonderful world of transportation. Now this one actually dropped today a bit. Junk, JNK. If I shorted this, I think I would set my stop at 38.50. But it's pretty bearish pattern there. I kind of like that one. This was another one that I came into the day short and I covered. Here's MDY, which is pretty much indiscernible from IWM. Here's OIH, which there are times in history that I love trading OIH. This is not one of those times. Look at that, it moved up 1 penny today. Energy was so weird today. I say again that this big crack of the trend line speaks pretty well to this if we do get some more weakness. Here's the Ultra on the cubes, the QLD. Pretty bearish looking. Triple cubes here, the cubes, QQQ. And, oh, what the heck, I'll just throw this line here showing the peak back on July 26. Retail, Walmart I think came in soft today, so that weakened this fellow up, which has been, this just kind of shows the insanity of U.S. consumers. This thing has been pretty much going straight up since August 11th, like a 20% gain. So Americans just can't stop buying. They love to buy stuff. Ultra short S&P, boring. Silver, SLV, here again, the mystery of precious metals. We're kind of trapped in this range right here between 32.61 and 34.51. It's got to escape one of those to do something. Let's see, SMH semiconductors, boring. Spiders, not boring, but you know, the biggest of the big. But a very unclean pattern here. Yet again, here's our little friend, the triangle. Someone was saying triangles are usually continuation patterns. I don't know, I guess. I mean, continuing this, I suppose you're saying. I don't know. It's there's a goodly amount of overhead supply there, but just a freaking mess. Ultra S&P, forget it. TBT. If you are bullish on interest rates, this probably isn't a bad way to go. Just taking a step away from the ETFs for a sec. Bonds had a very indeterminate day, down 0.07%. Today was just, it was frustrating and boring at the same time. You know, when we were down like 17 in the wee hours this morning, I thought that was pretty cool, but it totally reversed by 30 points. And in the end, nothing really moved very much. Here's old TLT, the instrument for trading bonds. TNA, don't think I've ever traded in my life. That's the triple bullish on small caps, very volatile. TWM, this is the Russell 2000 ultra short. Here again, we've got a thing that was $500 and now it's $40 because of its ultra nature. It erodes. Triple technology, never mind. Triple bearish technology, never mind. URE, ultra real estate. This to me, this actually is more interesting than the IYR graph to me. It's somewhat bearish. It's certainly not bullish looking, but real estate's not moving a heck of a lot right now. Crude oil moved up again today. I haven't been touching this stuff because it's so strong. If we look at the December contract, we can see it is just ramming its way into triple. Look at it, 99.87. It really wants to get to $100, it seems. But yeah, up way over 1% today in spite of a weak euro. UWM, this is the Ultra Russell. Not very interesting. Now we go into Xland, all these X's. So XHB, home builders. I'll probably just blast through these pretty much. XLB, this is the materials. Pretty good one. I like that one. XLB for a short. That's a pretty attractive looking chart. XLE Energy, mildly interesting. XLF, boring. Totally boring on the financials. XLI, this Industrial Select, pretty interesting. Kind of like XLB was. XLK, snoozer. This is technology. XLP, staples, even more of a snoozer. XLU, utilities, even more of a snoozer. XLV is healthcare, yawn. XLY is the consumer discretionary, kind of a yawn on that one, yeah. XME, this one I've always had pretty good luck with this one. This is the metals and mining ETF, pretty clean and bearish pattern right here. Although, you know, this thing could push its way up, given general market strength. It could easily push its way back up to this area. Therefore, I'm not touching it because this thing tends to move big. I mean, look at what happened, like with so many ETFs today moving like a penny, and this thing was up 1.54%. It tends to move a lot. XOP, gas exploration. Mildly interesting, kind of bearish, but not going to touch it. XRT, which is sort of a broader, less dependent on Walmart retail. actually up today, interestingly enough. And lastly, ZSL, which is the ultra short on silver. And good, we're up at the 15-minute point. That's our whirlwind tour through ETFs. Thanks for clicking some ads, and I'll see you Wednesday. Hope it's a better one.